lights are aglow even the day after Ellington. After Ellington's down, Clement's still fully. Still aglow. Awesome tree. Half turned for autumn and the other half pretty much still green. Well, it's all day. What a waste of resources. Yeah, there it is. Barney Rubbersville. Yeah, there it is, the whole block. Down. And as I change the zoom, go back, there again's the new dorm, and then there's McCord down to the left. So these are the ones the state legislature is. There's the upper wing and the new one up on the hill. There again is Cooper. So I just walked westward 100 feet or so to get an up-close view of McCord. Looking demolished McCord Hall, built in 1966, and there's Cooper again. Of course, there's the construction equipment. First weekend in October, Storytelling Festival, 13,000 or more, maybe 14 in Jonesboro, and these could be used to put up people, but no, they got to get in a hurry to tear them down. 41 years old, and then up between them, to the east is Mac P. Davis, 3 buildings of efficiency apartments built in 71. And right there where Davis butts sideways, the new Governor's Hall, upper hill wing, and then the closer one right in the background of the McCord there. There's the other 2 buildings of Mac P. Davis. One close to the University Parkway, then the middle one. A, B, and C, I forget which way they're sequenced. And now the new Governor's Hall from the uphill wing to the center wing, and then the breezeway, and the new lower hill wing, the most northern, then the back of McCord, and the back of Cooper, and again the back of Cooper with the center rooms on the second and third floor being lit up the most, because they're the back place. The third floor one on McCord is lit up. Well, they've started demolishing the large bathrooms, big toilet areas, huge shower areas, and that's it. Nice wide hallways and rooms. Nice sized rooms, big hallway, lower bunk, upper bunk, and again the adjacent one with the lights on somewhat more, sinks in the middle. Well, there's the much to soon be no more Cooper Hall, I guess you could, and McCord down there at the end. I guess you could say it's a matter of see you in September. Here's another shot of Cooper, and I'm soon to move up to McCord. And I meant to say, you can only see the end of McCord because it's sitting lower down and behind the trees there to the west. So I'm getting ready to move up and record that. There's the rooms as they appear. Nice long hallways. And I was merely looking. By the way, when my friend went in there, he said the AC was still working. Male dorms. Though, yep, showers years ago, I think even before it became female, probably about the same time that they became air-conditioned. And McCord, however, was more female, off and on, right here, this one. So, golly, there's the year it was built, right at the top. I never even noticed that before. 1967. I was thinking 66, so it's actually a year newer. It's only now 40 years old than what I had perceived. Maybe it was 66, so Cooper's a year newer, and I knew it was the last of these. Thought it was the last built, but somebody told me they're the same time. And here's an interesting shot you didn't pick up on much at night. I don't know if you heard anything I said earlier when I took him for the car because I had my engine running. I only now thought about that and realized that. That's the new library as of, open maybe over a half dozen years ago, possibly 8. Anyhow, it's interesting. See, the building is still not complete because in the concave dome lobby, where there is a junction box up in that high center dome, there's still no lighting fixture or chandelier. That's an example of how they leave things incomplete around here. That's Roger Stout Hall off to the right in the foreground, and McCord's Eastern End off to the left there. Western End. And then I've just reminded myself. Now, what you're looking at there is the upper 4th or 5th floor of the Governor's Hall, barely a hair of the windows on the floor below that, superimposed with McCord in the foreground. The Governor's being the new one, the higher one in the background. Right where Ellington and Clement sat, that both had over 100 beds. In Governor's Hall, one news story said didn't have but 54 beds, and it's like colossal and, twice the size of these. The concepts that they're incorporating into these new ones are decades, if not centuries old, such as suites and private rooms. I mean, all these could have been converted like that. Just, UT totally takes stock in their resources and assets and does such renovations, but ETSU just throws the baby out with the bathwater. They should have done that in the 60s. UT was doing it in the 60s, and other schools even before then, probably. But, so they realized they kind of screwed up because that's what the trend was that kids wanted, but they ignored it then. They're probably still 3 or 4 decades behind, but that doesn't mean there's a slightly more Western perspective. Boy, I hope I didn't have that zoomed out when I was in the dorms, but now I just caught that it was certainly zoomed in and shouldn't have been. Anyhow, yet again, a slightly more Western perspective. Sorry about my car. And one more looking slightly Western, mostly south. And back to the east where you see the construction stuff, and then I will move up a few more feet and give you one more shot. Back to the east, now to the west. And looking southwest at the corner of the intersection there's the dorms back over my shoulder, left shoulder, and to the administration building with its fancy smancy new sign. They finally thought to put out some signs. Well, they had little old metal things on 2 posts at some of them, but that's just their latest gimmick. Somebody probably sold those to them. And my favorite academic building over there in the corner. And here's the most ballyhooed mini dome. They've talked about tearing it down. I mean, it is a quarter century old or so. Roof leak for the first 2 years. See how dirty the dang roof is? And this is late evening rush hour traffic for the 7 o'clock classes because it's already 6:40. And here we go again, a little more westward, looking back eastward at the much touted mini hall.